What's going on? Oh shoot. So look, y'all. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. I'm waiting on y'all. Well, I got you. I'm talking to the people live. Yeah, I'm gonna let you in. What are y'all doing? I'm waiting for a little bit more people come in. A little bit more people. I got you. So today we are having a special guest and waiting on her to get on. I'm about to add her right now. And this is your favorite mother trucker. Here she goes. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Good. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm awesome. I'm awesome. Uh, let me see. Can I hear you on there? Can they hear you? I don't know. Let me see. What are you guys thinking? Can y'all hear uh her on here? Let me go to it. Let me see. I can't even hear it.
You
So
just sound a little echoey, just a little bit.
okay, cool. Hey, what's going on, Tiger? All right, cool. So I'm trying to just make sure I look at both platforms. I'm gonna hang up here and I'm gonna see if I can hear you on live. This is our first live with bringing guests on. How you guys doing? Says yes, you
Yep, no
too.
more
All right.
echo.
No more echo. That's right. That's right. I'm
Yep.
excited. I'm
Me
so
too.
excited. So brought you in on here for is what's the title again? Her truth, his accepted lives. Is that what it is?
Yep.
So, okay. So tell me a little bit about what that means to you, uh, in a sense.
Basically, her truth means a woman living in her truth, and in a relationship, she lives in her truth, and maybe she's doing things that her partner doesn't accept, but because he rather live with lies, he accepts it. So
Okay.
instead of him really um, accepting the truth of what it is, he rather turn the cheek and look away because sometimes for some people it feels better to believe a lie than the actual truth. Some people rather deal with lies than the truth.
Exactly. A- And I think that's crazy. If I could, speak. I'm hoping I'm not cutting you off. Uh,
Mm-mm.
but at the same time, I never understood that how someone could be in a relationship and basically uh, live that lie. Like you could tell the person straight to their face, this is happening. Lived it, right? Lived it. And they'd be like, no,
Yeah.
that ain't happening. I don't believe it. Let me go call 'em." Or, I'm just saying that's one example that I've been through with a friend of mine. And it was just crazy seeing that. I was like, hey, Shorty over there hollering at you know, old boy down the street. Just an example. And
Uh-huh.
he can go, he went out there and he looked right out the window, seeing old girl, pretty much getting bread from dude, all this, and all of a sudden he called her and said, hey, was you doing this? And she was like, no, I wasn't doing it. But he seen it with his own eyes. That's
Mm.
crazy. That's
Cause
crazy.
some people just it's like they don't wanna they know the truth. They see the truth, but they don't want the truth. They actually do want the lie. And I only say
Exactly.
that speaking from experience because me being in a relationship, actually being married for
Thank you,
many
Tiger.
years,
I
Me
got
being
people.
married for many years, and when I finally had told my husband, that I was gay, it was like as if he saw the signs. I mean, come on now, wearing basketball shorts, t-shirt, we're looking
But
at
how is
butts
that a
together at
sign,
one
though?
point in
Hold on.
time.
Let me stop you
Like
right
I'm,
there.
I'm just, I'm breaking it down to you. Like we're
Okay.
looking at ass together at one point in time, and I'm like, man. And what I realized is a lot of people would think, oh, well, it's cool because you're a woman. No, it's not always cool, especially depending on your trauma and your background. Because he's had a certain amount of trauma with the gay community because
This
of
is
his own
English
upbringing.
right now. Lily, you keep on. I'm just talking to people in the chat too at the same time.
Yeah. I, y'all know how it is when you got kids, right? Mm.
I do. But you my favorite mother trucker.
I
So
appreciate that.
those of you guys who
But
just not coming in, I got our special guest on the channel, your favorite mother trucker. Uh, if you guys don't know her, she's a big presence on IG. I think she also has a lot of TikTok that she does, and she is pretty much blessing us with her presence and her knowledge right now. And also, I think the mission, which is to help um, women, especially women who are living these lives, saying they're happy in their marriage, but at the same time they're really not. And I do believe that's what I'm
yeah,
saying, and that's what you're
and
saying. Uh,
that's the biggest thing. Like living a life, her truth
English,
versus him
get it?
accepting his lie.
But you can definitely stay. You're definitely welcome to stay. Keep on, keep on.
Like that's what it's about. Like, come on now, you really think about it. There's a lot of people out here, men included, but we're not gonna talk about the men because it's like that's a harder to me. That's a harder topic. But when we're talking about women, there's a lot of women that are married to men and they are really gay.
All right,
I
Tiger.
mean,
Thank you.
they live the lifestyle of, like the man and the woman having kids, and you
Hop
see them,
back,
they
guy.
post it all on social media, like they're so happy. But truth be told, they really don't even
Like,
want
share,
to be in a
subscribe if you don't
relationship.
know. I appreciate you, those that are here that are already subscribers.
Mhm.
Put some batteries in that smoke detector.
I'm sorry about that. Look, I need to. Matter of fact, you can send me some. But I no, I do need to change that out. It's been like that for a minute too. I'm a trucker. What do you expect? I'm
Let's
barely
not
home.
boss something great, y'all.
I know
But it's
that's
all
me.
good though. We understand. Shit, you a busy woman.
Yeah.
You got your own trucking company. First of all, and you built that from the ground up. That's very successful. And we also know that you actually teaching people right now. In addition to trying to help these women, you're also teaching people how to actually get the CDLs and the do's and don'ts of that. Because you do have a lot of that stuff on IG. If they don't know, how can they follow you on there? What is it? How do we reach
Well,
you
it's
on your platform?
when you go on Instagram, you just look up Simply Cali. That's all it is. Simply SIMPLY underscore CALEY. Simply Cali. That's
Simply
my
Cali.
Instagram
Okay.
page. Yep.
Okay.
And I just have
Uh,
different content up
we're not
there.
done. We're not done. Don't think we done. We just about to hop off. No, we still digging. We about to go in even more. So I guess I want to just figure out, how did you end up being married and you know uh being gay? I just gotta be blunt. Like, how did that happen?
Well, honestly, I believe I've been gay my whole life. And what happened was when I was growing up in the
Thank you,
community and the
Jason.
environment I was in, um, being gay really wasn't accepted. Because if you were gay, the Bible was thrown at you. Oh, you're gonna go to hell. You're gonna burn. That's not accepted before God because it's in the Bible that the same sex should not be accepted. And growing up in that type of lifestyle and being raised in the church,
Well,
you get a lot of backlash behind being gay. And
right.
so for me at that time, when I was younger, you have certain beliefs and you pick those beliefs up based on your environment and what you're taught. So it was basically learned behaviors, learning that how I was feeling was wrong and I shouldn't have had those feelings because of what society says and what I was raised to believe. But then as I got older, I started to realize like
I
when
got a
you don't
question.
live,
I got a question. Like, not to cut you off. Keep that thought. But do you think? Because you said it's a learned behavior. You know, as far as to not be gay. But you got those that are saying that it's a learned behavior to be gay. So what's your thoughts on that? Like out of early
well,
stages, 'cause I remember we had talked about this off of the live about early stages of when you had, things going on mentally there when you was a kid.
I think it's so for one, I really believe that people who say things like that about, oh, it's a learned behavior, it really just depends on who it's coming from. Because if you're gay, you're not going to say that because you know the feelings that you have. And deep down inside, you really don't have no belief like, oh, I just learned how to be gay. I mean, we've all seen families where you have the mom and the dad, and you really don't have gay
Like you
people in the
crazy.
family, and they're being raised in what a so-called loving home. And let's say you have three kids, but one of them just end up being gay, and they had the best childhood, they had the best of everything. So how do you explain them wanting to have the same sex? Like, it just really depends on the individual. And a lot of people love to talk about things either they've never experienced or they're not going through. They just have their opinions about it. They don't have actual facts. A lot of people don't have actual facts on how it is to be gay unless they've been gay. Like
Hmm.
you just it's hard. It's like you can't. It's I can't. If I've never been through a forest, I can't tell you how to get through the forest. I can only tell you if I've been through it. But then I can only tell you based on my experience and the type of forest that I went through. So
I
it
agree.
just depends on your own experience. Like I can't tell you how to be a man. I've never been a man.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? So
Understand.
it's like it's a lot that that's why it's so controversial when you
All
talk
right. So
about
you don't
homosexuality.
know how it is to be a man, but so let me ask this. I'm not trying to like go low blow and stuff, but you don't know how it is to be a man, but do you want to be a man? Because you gay? Like I'm
No,
just
I don't.
okay.
I
Okay,
don't.
what's the
Not at
difference
all.
between you and then like someone else that's like what is it, transsexual? Is that correct?
Well, from what I've learned about those types of people, they literally really do believe they were born in the wrong body. They believe that, like, if it's a woman becoming a man, they really do believe they're a man. They just believe that their spirit was placed in the wrong body. But at the end of the day, who am I to judge them on how they feel? That's their feelings. I
You're
can't
right.
dictate to them. I can't tell them they're wrong. Because what is it? Confucius says the man who thinks he's right and the man who thinks he's wrong they're both right. Because that's how they feel. That's how they're going to see it. It's all about your perception. You believe that's what you're supposed to be, and you start acting upon that, then that's what you're supposed to be. Like, who are we to judge people?
Right. Right. And I think that's really hard to not judge when you were raised. I mean, I'm just speaking from own experiences. When you were raised to judge, even though they say, yeah, don't judge, but you naturally judging because your surroundings and who you're around, your upbringing and stuff. So you are. You know, I got a sister and I also have a brother that are both gay. I ended up not being. So I can, when I first found out, let's say for instance about like my sister, I was like, wow. But when I found out about my brother, that whole dynamic was like, shh, what the hell? I mean, I could
Right.
even go through the story because he lived his life like so hard. I mean, my sister just came out with it. Boom. All right. But no, this dude, he come out and he tell me um he was dating some chick named Danielle. I believe that's how it went. So Danielle was some chick that worked at some
Mm-hmm.
place. And pretty much I had went there. It was like a gas station. I went there to get gas one night. But honestly, I really did want to see who the hell my brother was, because that's what big brothers do. They always check in. They try to make sure their younger sibling, at least a good one, I think. At least I believe I am trying to be a good big brother. But you check to see who the hell they associating with. Just because you want to make sure they
Right.
good. So I went there
Mm-hmm.
and it was somebody else that was working. Danielle was not there. But how I found out about my whole brother then gay thing was dude who was working the cash register said, "Yeah, ain't no Danielle that work here. We got a nigga named Daniel. Is he out here still fucking dudes? Like, I mean, straight up, just real. Just like, I mean, it ain't even being funny, but it fucked me up. I was like, what you mean? It's Daniel. He was like, yeah, it's Daniel. He been doing this for years. He's still doing this shit. He couldn't believe it. The manager, he couldn't believe it. So imagine me having to find this out about his little brother. Yeah, I was like, wow. And it was probably an embarrassing thing for him, but it was also embarrassing to me because I'm like, the hell? And it's like because of our upbringing, I didn't see it coming. And the way
Mm-hmm.
he was talking, and ducking and hiding, how they talk about the undercover brothers and different things like that, how that was just a thing, especially, years ago. Like undercover, well, this is only so many years ago, not that many years ago. People are still living this way. In 2024,
It's
people are
because of the
still living
rejection.
this. Well, I
It's
get
the
it.
rejection of it and not being accepted for who you are. And once we take on other people's beliefs if we're not sure of who we are. And that's the most
Right.
dangerous place to be in life. When you're not sure of who you are, it's so easy to take on the belief of somebody else. Because people will tell you all types of things about you, but it's not about what they say. It's about what do you really believe about you when you look in that mirror. And the only way you really know who you are is through life experiences. You have to experience life. You gotta go through things. You gotta go through the bad to really truly appreciate the good about yourself sometimes. Like, and that's just what it is. Like in this world, you have so many people that just look at men and women that are, they like the same sex and they just naturally get offended by certain things. But then, you got to ask yourself, well, why am I so offended? If they're not coming on to me and they're not saying anything to me or they're not doing anything to me, why am I so offended by what they choose to do with their lives? A lot of it is because of learned behaviors. Because a lot of people were taught being gay is bad. Being gay means you're going to hell because where did they get that part from? Oh, church, the Bible. Like, it's so many things that, and I really believe that's what causes a lot of people in the gay community to commit suicide because they feel like they're not accepted. A lot of people family members turn their backs on them, they stop talking to them, they treat them like as if
Which is
like
sad.
they're this outcast.
Treat them like animals, all that. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
But
and some of the most inspirational people that I've seen are gay. And it's just what it is. And I mean,
right.
now we're living in a society now where in school, you know, you see a lot of kids now way like really open with it. Versus when I was growing up, you didn't see that. Like
No,
you might have
it was
had
a scary
somebody.
thing. I mean, it was a people make fun thing at you when you did that, or you actually said that you was this way. Like nobody wanted to be gay. Nobody wanted to be even associated like that because of the upbringing and the lifestyle and being, especially where I'm from, the country. They ain't do that. Nah, they ain't do that. It was like, ain't nobody going.
That's why I said. the rejection and the acceptance of it. Imagine being a little boy and you grew up around nothing but these great big old masculine men that take care of their wives, and they had these great big old let's say hardcore jobs, maybe like trucking, or shout out to the other truck drivers, but maybe they had like trucking jobs or construction or just anything that's very masculine and shows okay, like masculine behaviors. And then you have this little boy who has very feminine behaviors.
Right.
And a lot of the times, I'm gonna tell you what you see, especially in the um, black community. A lot of the times when they see a little boy having more feminine qualities than they have masculine, what is the go to? Oh, well, we're gonna throw him outside with the other boys and toughen him up, rough him up, have him playing football, force him to play a sport he probably don't even really want to play. Or
Hey,
what
nigga,
else do
hold
you
on.
hear?
You
Seriously,
sound like
what,
me. I
what?
ain't gonna lie, but I wasn't. I was anything but gay. But at the same time, I mean, that's just the lifestyle, Like
Yeah.
But I think I was the beginning generation of the cats that or the kids that actually you talking about. Stay in the house and play games. I was that first generation. That's all it was.
Mhm.
And you see how many kids that stay in the house and just play games all that. I was the first one. Wasn't gay, wasn't any of that. It was just that was me. And you have to understand that your kids are gonna be who they are. You cannot change it by saying, all right, I see Charlie over there painting his fingernails. Uh, I'm gonna check make sure he don't be gay because I'm gonna make sure I take the fingernail polish away from him. That's not gonna change him from being gay. It's just not. If you're that way, you're gonna be that way. And
Mhm.
that's I think the crazy thing as far as when we were growing up, the the viewpoint, the perception was, oh, I can save you from being this way. No, it ain't no saving. The only savior, is Jesus. That's it. Straight up.
Right.
And I say that boldly, and I don't try to nail anyone to the cross that uh, has this lifestyle and say you can't come to church. You got to let God change that individual or whatever you believe in. Because
Right.
I believe everybody has that's their own path. If that's what they feel like they need to go on, that's them. This is not anything to do with me. What you eat don't make me poop. In the simplest
Right.
way of saying that, like straight up.
Mhm.
I mean, but the thing is, other people is so busy with thinking that, you know, you doing that, like even me, I'm gonna tell you this is ignorance, it's straight ignorance. In my younger years, I stayed with a gay dude, and I would lock my bedroom every night because I was scared I would catch it. Like I thought
The
it was like this
stigma.
is where I came from, right? This is where I came from, real young, boss
Yeah.
over, real young, didn't know, ignorance, and I was thinking like, oh, I might catch gay because that's what people when I was growing up in the church, that's what they were saying. You will catch that. No, only if you have that in you and that's in you, that's the only way you're gonna get that. Straight up.
Mhm.
You know, oh, you can't have a gay friend. Why can't I? Who says that? You're supposed to love
Mhm.
everybody. You're supposed to treat everybody with love and passion and with the love of Christ or whatever it is that you believe in. You have to show love. I know in all religions, they always talk about love. Show that love. Where's the love at in any of it? But
Yeah.
everybody wants to spill out hate and anger and and they want you to feel chastisement and anxiety and craziness opposed to what, I'm just genuinely gonna love on that person. That's what you need to do. You have to love on each and everybody. And it starts off
Mhm.
teaching your children how to do it because they watching you every single day. They watching you, they watching what you do, and you know um you are the example. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. um
I think,
Anything else?
yeah, I mean, the majority of the world needs love, and one thing I'm learning as I'm getting older is we're quick to judge what we think love is based on how we were raised and based
Right.
on what we perceive love to be. Because some people are in bad relationships and we wonder, well, how can you stay in this bad relationship? And the first thing you'll hear people say, well, I love them.
Right.
Love, but somebody that's not going through that immediately in our brains, we're thinking, that's not love. Love don't
Right.
treat you like that. But
Right.
to them, well, they do love me. But it goes all the way back to your trauma and what you've been through. Like, what have you been through to make you feel like that's what love is? Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of
It's
people
just
out
a
here like,
misconception of love at the end of the day. That's all it is. You know, and that's
yeah,
not doing anybody any favors. You know.
yeah. But I just, my biggest thing is just for women to really start living in their truth, especially when they are married to men that um don't know who they are. And it's like that's the biggest thing for anybody. You have to know who you are. And it's a never ending journey because I really believe in each season, each stage of your life, you're becoming somebody new. And if you're not, that's a problem. You should never, I feel like who I was at 20 and who I was at 25 was different. Who I was at 25 and who I
Right.
was at 30 was
Mindset
different.
different. Your brain had to grow. Yeah, definitely. All the way
Yeah,
different. And how old
yeah.
was you when you first got married?
I was 20 years old when I
I
got
shouldn't
married.
say first, because you only been married once, right? You only been married
Yep,
once. All right, so you got married
only
at
one
20
time.
years old. And how old was your husband?
He was 19 going on 20.
19
So we
going on
were
20.
both
So
very young. Yep.
y'all were babies. Y'all were babies.
Yeah.
And y- neither one of y'all knew what you wanted in life, you know. And were you working at the time?
I had two jobs at the time.
Okay. Did you have any like as far as jobs, like where were they? Like just at least one.
I a manager job
So you was a
for
manager at 20. So you got your whole life ahead of you, and you like, I'm about to just get married. This is what we do. But you know what? That is also from, you know, that country life. Like, all right, we get married young, have kids young, you know, they be together for the whole rest of my life. But you for you to have done that, was it any particular reason why you think you did it that early?
well, one, I still lack guidance because of the way I grew up. Like my mom, she did all she could. She did the best she could by raising me based on her life experiences, what she knew, and the guidance
Right.
that she had. And so as I started to get older from watching her in her relationships, I saw a lot of what I didn't want. But I also knew deep down inside I was gay. I just didn't know how to express it. I didn't know how to deal with it because I didn't have a lot of family that I could talk to about that. Because like I said, a lot of people rejected that. And it was frowned upon because of the upbringing that we had in within the church. And so when I decided to marry my husband, I didn't necessarily do it for the right reasons in the beginning because I was looking at, well, if I marry him, then people won't be so quick to judge me being gay. Like I was scared, I was nervous, I was petrified. Um I didn't want people to really see me out with women because in my brain I felt like what other people thought of me mattered so much back then. And when I was 20, I did
Wow.
find out I was pregnant with my first daughter,
Wow.
and that was a game changer because I thought, well, I'm married, I have I'm about to have a child. I'm thinking, okay, we're about to be living the American dream because what is the dream for Americans? Oh, get married, have kids, have the little
Mhm.
raggedy picket fence. that's not real. Get you a nice dream house, dream car, nice little job. Live happily ever after, whatever that looks like. It does not happen in that order. But and then I also joined the military, and the military was more like, oh well, if you get married, then you get additional income for that. I'm thinking, oh, okay, so it was really a lot of the wrong reasons. But I
I
can tell
understand that.
you, what you think and what you want from 19 to 30 is just it's just different.
From 19 to
And I know
30.
somebody says, I mean, I'm just saying, when you're 19 years old, you
Mhm.
think about a lot of stuff that you want, and
Right.
based on your upbringing, you may have a plan to get there, you might not. But I know for me at 19 years old, I just wanted something different. I had no real guidance on relationships, and I feel like sometimes what brought me and my husband together was the trauma we both experienced growing up as children. He had issues with his mother. I had issues with mine, watching my mom be abused. So, that led me
That had to be
to,
tough. That had to be real tough doing that.
yeah, it was.
I was raised around that too. That's not a good thing for any child to go through because, especially, I mean, it doesn't even matter what sex you are, but just for a child to go through that is, it's like, nah, that's not it. Because they grow
Hmm.
up literally thinking this is the way things should be. When that is completely the opposite. But it sounds like you changed that narrative. Like literally, you made sure that you weren't going to be in that type of relationship because, as far as I know, you weren't ever abused or anything like that by your husband. In a sense, like what you seen growing up, correct?
Right. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's correct. I wasn't abused, but I still just knew deep down inside though that I had did it for the wrong reasons, and for a long time I
Right.
just was not living in my truth. And like I said, that's the biggest thing. Like a lot of people, not just women, but because I am a woman, I speak more to women because I've experienced being a woman. I've never experienced what men go through. And I know men have their own thing that they go through a lot that they don't, sometimes they talk about it, sometimes they don't. Um, but I just know for me, being a woman is challenging, but at the same time, life is the greatest teacher. It really is.
Yes. Yes.
Because um, a lot of the
Thank
things
you
that
for
we
those who
lack,
just joined in. Thank you for everyone that's been. I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm just talking to the chat. I gotta
oh
say,
yeah,
hey, thank you guys for being here and listening and being with us. And I'm pinning you guys' comments. Everyone's comments. I can't pin everybody, but we got about 4,500 people on here, and I just appreciate it between YouTube, IG, Twitch, because we are on all platforms. Go to Boss Up Great. I'm on all those platforms and just type it in. I appreciate the follow, subscribe, and like. And also, if you would follow your favorite mother trucker, she is on IG also.
boom, that's me.
And
That's simply Cali.
okay, Simply Cali.
SIM. Yep. SIM. Are you able to type that in the chat?
Uh, Can somebody type that in for us? Like, I'm trying to, but I'm
This is
definitely
simply
new at the
Cali.
lives. This is honestly like one of our first lives where we actually brought someone on. So, not too familiar with it, but I'm definitely trying to get it in, and I don't want to kick us off here because we definitely got a good amount of people on, and it's amazing.
Yep. Somebody put it here. I don't even want to say his or her name wrong. I'm gonna say Tasha, but
You can see
Calhoun.
that?
Yeah, I can see it. I
I
apologize if I
can't
say the
see
name
it.
wrong. Um, they put simply Cali up. It is simply, but Cali is spelled Caley. But I
Okay.
appreciate that because you were thoughtful enough to actually put it up there.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, so back to it, and Boss Up Great is obviously just like you see it, BOSSUPGR8. And back to what you were saying.
I mean, like I'm a woman, so I just like to talk to the women, and that's another reason why I got into trucking because I feel like trucking gave me an outlet where it wasn't a job or a career where I had to feel like what statistics says about most black people, especially black women, let's be honest, where we rely on our partners to help provide for us, we rely on the government to help provide for us. I didn't want any of those stigmas. Like growing up as a young girl, growing into a young lady, I just didn't want anything that I had grew up around, which was watching women on food stamps. I didn't want to see myself being abused by a man. I didn't want to see myself in a career where I couldn't take care of myself if I needed to, if I chose to be by myself, or however it was going to happen. Like everything about me says, I'm a go getter, I'm determined, and I'm here. And whether I like men or whether I like women, I'm living my truth. And to be a part of my life, you have to accept that. Now, you don't have to accept the lie, but what I learned early on in my marriage, once I actually became more open about how I truly felt, and I started to really embrace myself, I realized my husband he felt better living a lie than he felt knowing the truth. Because I can remember times I would talk to him, I would have a conversation, I would tell him, how I
Hey,
felt.
Tashi, keep on. I was just
I would tell
shout
him
it out.
how I felt about things
Hmm.
and about myself and my sexuality. And at first it appeared like he had accepted it, but then as things started to happen and certain events took place, I realized he didn't accept it, and he felt better with me lying because at one point in time I did in my relationship I lied a lot. We were separated. We had a lot of things going on, and so I lied in my relationship because I felt like, well, me telling the truth was just too much. He didn't want to hear it. He couldn't handle that. But it was like once I started uh telling him lies, it was like you would have thought he appreciated that more.
Hmm.
Because like you said earlier
Yes,
one time, you was just like,
but
well, what?
I'm about to say that it's
Well,
just song that come to my head, like like how people, definitely want to be loved. I mean, lied to. I think Miguel came out with it. Lie to me, lie to me, lie to me, so sweet. Some
I
people
mean, I'm
want to
just
be that
saying,
shit. They
like,
want
they
you to lie
do.
to
Think about it, right?
them. Right,
You know, I know of a couple, and I'm not trying to put their business out there, which I'm not because y'all don't know their names.
right.
But this one young lady, she's gay, and she has a wife and she has a girlfriend. And let me tell you, it's the craziest thing. Like, her
A wife and a girlfriend.
girlfriend, yes, her girlfriend, both of them at presently are going through IVF, and one of them, she didn't even know. Well, the girlfriend didn't know that she was still having relations with the wife because they were supposed to be broken up and all this other stuff. Yeah. Now look, this is my thing here. Everybody is grown. People know nowadays that's like a thing where people do have a married, they have a spouse, and then they have their
You talking about like an
person on
open
the side.
relationship? That's what it's called, open relationship.
I mean, that's what people are doing nowadays. But
Right.
she, the girlfriend evidently act like as if she didn't know nothing about it. And oh my gosh, she was so hurt for a couple of days. But then guess what? Because they drive trucks too. But guess what they do? They're sitting there riding down the highway together, taking pictures, smiling and grinning, cheese, all on Facebook, all on Instagram, like nothing's not wrong. And it's because she accepts the lies. She rather deal with
Yes.
the lie of, well, baby, I'm not talking to her. You know what? I don't even like her no more like that. That feels easier. It's almost
But
like it's easier for them, but it's not.
they still up there.
But see, they tell the truth and be like, baby, when I'm not with you, I'm gonna go see my wife from time to time, and then I'm gonna get back up here on the truck with you. You cool with that? No, I'm not cool with that. What you mean? You gonna go see your wife? Okay, well, baby, I ain't going to see my wife. I was just gone for 2 hours, and my wife just so happened to see me at the store. Like, just say, like,
I'm
it's
sorry.
like they,
That's
they they
deep.
rather hear that. They rather hear that
I,
than the actual truth.
Let me read this comment. I had a husband and we had a girlfriend together. Wow, okay. Everyone can't understand the dynamic of it. So most don't last. Oh, okay. So like y'all girlfriend don't last. Every time you get one, they can't understand why. Okay. I got you. I got you. That's what she said. You see it?
Oh
Respond
yeah,
to
that's
that.
yeah, yeah. I respect that. I definitely respect that.
Hmm.
And it's true. Like a lot of people, that's the biggest thing. People judge things, but in the back of their mind, they wish they could have it. Seriously. You know how many people really do wish they could have, but it's like what's really
Yo.
holding you back here? Why are you not doing it? You know how many people really do wish they could have a spouse, like a wife or a husband and a girlfriend on the side? Like how cool would that be? Okay, I don't really want to sleep with you tonight. I'm gonna just go in the room and sleep with him or her.
But then that's polygamy.
Well, you call it what you
I
want, but they're living
mean,
their lives.
that's what it is. It's polygamy,
They're living their
right?
lives though.
I know they
If
living their
they're
lives. So
happy,
I mean, it is what it is.
I'm
But
happy.
yo,
But you know, the thing is, what stops people from living their lives? Judgment, rejection, things
yeah,
not being accepted.
right.
That's what it is. Like people rather, sir, did you just come out of that restaurant with her on your arm and her on your arm? No, I didn't do that. I, I just saw her stumble a little bit, and then my wife was just on the other side of me, but she was stumbling, so I just figured I'd grab her too. People rather
Wow.
with that as the lie, but the truth is, no, this is my wife and this is my girlfriend. Oh my God, what? You see what I'm saying here?
Right.
People rather deal with the lies.
Yeah, I get it.
The president, sir, did you commit all those felonies? No, I didn't do that. I'm perfect. And I done filed bankruptcy like 20 million times. Okay, all
But
right.
that was some smart shit, though. I wish I could do
Just
that
think
20 million goddamn
about
times.
it.
Saved a lot of damn
I'm
money,
just
didn't we? Oh my god, man.
like you think
Yeah.
about it, like it's people don't. It's true, man. Like people don't. You know what? Let me tell you one of my own personal experiences. So I have a husband,
Hmm.
and currently we are separated. But I have a husband, and I've had a girlfriend, and I had a major surgery last year, right? And my girlfriend was at the hospital with me, and my brother he had came into town, and he got to meet her, and my husband was at home because he had to work. And so my brother, he came to the hospital, he saw me, then he went home and he talked to my husband about, me being there and my girlfriend was there. And my husband was just like, as if he just could not believe it. He didn't want to believe it. He just swore it was, oh my gosh, she's not doing that. She's not there with her girlfriend. But he had talked to her earlier that day and he bought her a thing of soup from Panera Bread. See what I'm saying? They
Right.
rather deal with lies than the truth, and it's the craziest thing. It is, but it's like a lot of people. You see so many videos on. I love honesty, loyalty, and respect, and there's nothing wrong with those things. But be real about really what you want and what you're looking for and who you are, and be true to yourself. And that's the important part. Like whatever relationship you have, the most important relationship you do have is with yourself. Just being real to you and who you are. That's why I'm like, I'm at a point now where, like, in my relationships, any relationship I have, I'm not gonna lie to you about who I am or what I
Hmm.
like. Like I do, I love women. I do. Like from the time I was a little kid, I remember when I was in middle school. So I know somebody can relate. My teacher, she used to smell so good. She would correct my paper, and I would go home. I would take the paper home, and I would smell it
What
just
the
because it
fuck?
had her scent on there.
I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
did. I sure did. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Wow. Wow, that's deep. That's deep.
Tasha says she wondering why her post keeps getting posted twice. I'm not. I don't know.
I
Maybe
think
that's a
I'm pinning
sign.
comments. I think I'm pinning comments. So, what'd you
That's
say?
because of the pen.
It could be because I'm pinning your comments, Tajay. So like, if I see one of your comments, I might like pin it or anybody. If you guys put a comment, I don't care what you guys say. Like, as far as I let everybody post and do it. You know, it's free. You know, say whatever's on your mind. Let us know. If you guys want to actually, you got a topic that you want to speak about, let me know. Hit me up. Hit me up in the chat and say, hey, I want to come on the show too. You know, that's what we do. You know, I love storytelling. I know you guys been on the channel and you guys seen like me do like a lot of AI animations and different things. Well, I want to, you know, go from a whole bunch of AI stuff, and I really just want to get back to brass tacks and really speak to individuals, you know, on the show. Like, yes, it's great to tell stories in animation, but I think it's a lot better telling real, true, live stories. And I know it's late wherever you guys are
Hmm.
at. It's what, like almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I know y'all got work in the morning. I didn't mean to come on so late, but I was just so excited to have uh, your favorite mother trucker. I'm about to say it.
I know a lot of people. Yeah, I know.
But I was
Y'all
just so
some
happy to get you
you
on
see
here.
the shirt,
So I mean, yeah.
trucker.
Okay, okay. Can they get that truck? Can they get that from? Can they order that from you? I didn't even
Not from
see it.
me. It came from Truckmart LLC. I mean, if they
Oh
have a
no,
website,
see, no. Since you need to go ahead on and you got your brand, you better go ahead and start selling them shirts. Shoot, that's merchandise. I told you, God got all
I
kind of
know.
things in your life. And don't you got the book too? I forgot you got a book.
Yeah. So I had
We'll
wrote a
talk
book
about that
like
next time, though. We can talk about
a
that next
long
time.
time ago. Oh gosh,
Belize
the ebook.
City. I'm in. I'm in the morning. Oh wow, you're in Belize. Wow.
She says he's 60% straight and 40% crooked. I know that's right. Me too. And I'm not mad about it.
This nigga funny. Both of y'all funny. Wow. Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, I mean, see that's my type of person right there because it's not until I feel like you actually explore and you just experience life and you get to. That's one thing I enjoyed about trucking. Like I've enjoyed the fact that meeting different people from all over the place and just going to different states in the country. You meet a lot of different people. The most down to earth people, I'm telling you, are people
Right.
that are like more open minded, free spirited, and not from the U.S. I'm not even trying to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like I met some of the best people that were from other countries because it's like they just live outside the box. Here it's like everybody's in their own little box. They're like in their cubicle. Yeah, don't you come in here. Don't you look at me. Like I'm sick. Like, no, look like remember how you said about the gay thing? No, you stay back, you stay over there. Don't you touch my shoe. Oh my god. Like oh my god, you remember when COVID really first broke out? Like people were oh my god, you
Yeah.
sneeze. They were oh my god. Did you just sneeze? Like pepper still can't make you sneeze? Like what? Look. I rub my nose, and somebody will be like, "Oh, did she just do that? Did she rub her nose? Who does she think she is? She needs to get a
Hell
COVID
yeah.
test. Nasty. Like you know how
Speaking
people
of
think,
COVID
man.
tests and all that, I know we go off topic with the COVID thing, but look, I just got my damn smell back, and
Did you have
I'm
COVID?
not, huh? I
Did
couldn't
you have
smell
it?
for like 4 years. I ain't been able to smell. So that's why when I was
Four
changing my
years.
kid, I was changing my kid, my son, and I always used to be like, his shit don't stink. Like I used to be like that. I really thought that my kid's shit didn't stink. But
Mhm.
recently, I've been. I don't know if this is a blessing or a cursing. I'm not cursing, but like I don't know what you would call this. But I've been around somebody that smokes cigarettes, right? And that
Mm.
shit opened up my nose to where I could smell again.
Oh
So
wow.
it's good and it's bad, but I can live in a world without smelling, or partially smelling. I don't know. I'm just
It
saying.
didn't affect your taste buds though.
It didn't affect my taste buds at all. At all.
Hmm.
My mom is a Yankee American and dad is Brazilian. I traveled to see family, and guess what? Both sides are mixed nuts. People
That is
say
funny.
Caribbean people crazy. Ha! Laugh my ass off. That's what's up.
Mm.
That's what's up. What language do you guys speak? I don't want to be ignorant, but I'm just curious. Like, is it a certain language? Like, is it Spanish? Like, I mean, I'm just guessing on top of my head. What language do you guys like speak, or is it just straight English and just sound different? Oh, just English. Okay,
Oh,
all right. So
maybe they
nobody.
have like a.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, I was gonna say my husband's family, they're from Bermuda and they just have like one of them accents. They speak English too, but they
Speak
oh
broken Spanish.
yeah,
Okay, I figured. I kind of thought that. I just felt like that. Okay. What'd you say
yeah.
about Bermuda? Your
It's
husband's
pretty
family is
cool.
from Bermuda.
Yeah, on his mother's side and they just have like they just speak more British. But it's English, but it's just it's British.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Mhm. Talk fast, strong accent. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
But all in all, I just want my biggest message is just I know we're talking about her truth, his lies. My biggest message is if you're in a relationship and you're trying to figure yourself out, the most beautiful thing is really getting to a place in life where you start to really accept who you are versus people accepting who you are. Because that's the biggest thing. Like we all want acceptance, we all want love. But it's not until you truly start to accept yourself that you can even accept it coming from other people. And my biggest thing for women is if you're in a relationship with a man and you're gay, be honest about it. Like
Right.
you have to be honest because you then give that person their power back. Because as long as you're holding on to that, to me, I feel like you're just stealing some of the power, and you're also not giving them the opportunity to choose if that's truly what they want for their lives. Like you're making a choice for them, and that's selfish. Because what are most people afraid of? Losing people. But
Hmm.
the most scariest thing is losing yourself in a relationship or losing yourself going through the motions of life and never knowing yourself or understanding yourself because you didn't give yourself a chance to be hurt, to be loved, to be misunderstood. Only way to be understood is to be misunderstood. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like a lot of people, especially women, I want to see more women take their power back and just be honest and be real with themselves because I started looking around. I think maybe my first year playing football because I played football too for a while until I had my surgery, and I started to really notice there's a lot of women out there that are just like me. They're married to men and they truly do like women, and they're gay. They're just in the relationship with the man, and as time goes on, I used to see it all the time in football. As time would go on, there would be some girl on the football team that would fall for it, and then boop, relationship is just done. I've seen that
Wow.
several times. Like that even
Wow.
happened to me. That's the only reason why I can speak on it through life experience. I can't speak on something I haven't experienced or haven't went through. It's just putting it out there
Do
so
you want
other
to
women
go
feel
into
that
how that happened, or you want to wait for the next series? The
nah, I
next.
can wait. I can
All right,
wait
we'll
for
wait
that.
for the next one to tell you how that happened, and
Yeah.
give you guys some, something to look forward to in the next one because this ain't over. This is only beginning. Um, we got look. I'm gonna tell you this. The reason why my channel is like it is, like I don't know. I feel like this is all over the place because I got like damn content everywhere just spewing out. I don't know why. I don't know how, but I've been wanting to do this for years. And
Mhm.
the biggest thing is if you want to do something, go and fucking do it. Don't fucking
Yep.
hold back and wait because the longer you wait and you don't do the shit, the longer you probably waiting and missing out on God's blessings. Like straight up. So you're gonna see everything on this channel because I don't believe in oh I'm gonna put this over here, I'm gonna put this over there, I'm gonna put this over here because it's gonna be different streams of income. I get it like that. You know, I've been told that, but I feel like this is best for me. You know, when
Mhm.
we are the individuals, what 35 plus, this how we rock out. You know, we a different breed. I do everything. I play games. I speak. I coach. I do all these different things. I connect with people from all walks of life. I want to connect with you, and I appreciate everyone who's tuned in, been supportive to this channel. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and you know, keep on keeping on. We block our own blessings
Mm,
by being
that's
too
true.
afraid
Yeah,
to
Tasha.
take chances. Look, I'm gonna tell you, I started a channel. I'm gonna tell you this
No.
before we get off and stuff. I started my channel, my first channel, back in 2011, 2015, and it was with my business, right? I got a moving company too, right? So when I tell you I'm in multiple streams, but not necessarily on YouTube on multiple streams, I got a business called Great Labor in Columbus, Ohio. We move furniture, you know, for the community. I had it for since 2010, 2011. That's how long I had it. That's what I'm actually rocking right now, you know, in my cold ass house because everybody so damn hot, right?
Mhm.
But but seriously though, I started a YouTube channel back then, and I was just meeting everybody on the job, clients, talking to them and getting video testimonials, and then all of a sudden, I lost contact with doing that because I wasn't seeing any type of growth, and also I didn't look hard enough into how to really grow a channel. And matter of fact, back then when I first started, I don't think it was too much info because everybody was like just trying it out, not really knowing what to do. It was no blueprint, and then
Mhm.
everybody that says that it is a blueprint right now, you can't even believe 95% of these jokers. Like you have to figure it out to a certain extent yourself, but not all the way. Like, yes, you can look at certain things, but my advice is to just dive in and then trust the Holy Spirit to be able to get you through the rest of it because you can take a little bit from here, take a little bit from there.
Mhm.
But life experiences is what helps you get to where you need to in life. And that's what I'm saying, even with I think we've had the channel for what, maybe 60 days, and all the subs that we have came in. Uh, it's not because I'm following some blueprint, it's because I'm actually I'm doing this and I'm trusting God and I'm also connecting with my viewers like never before
Mhm.
because this what I do. This is what I've been wanting to do.
Yeah.
But back then I stopped doing it. My pops passed and I was like, I ain't doing shit.
Mm.
Terrible. That's a terrible thing. But it's also an understandable thing because trauma, right? Life trauma. When that
Yep.
happens, people you can get stagnant and stuff, but you need a really good support system to be able to. And if you don't have a support system, you have to get one. I would love to develop one,
Right.
even through the channel, even through people like your mother trucker. Boss up great. We want to be a support system for those that are out there. It's like, hey man, I need some direction. I need some help because I want to do this. Shit, I'm a living
Mm.
testimony. She's a living
Right.
testimony that you can do anything that you put your mind through. I'm man. Look, I'm not even gonna try to keep it and take it that much longer. I got so much stuff I told you I can spit about, talk about. We'll be on this joint all night. So like, I don't know, 5 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. Anything
Mhm.
else you want to leave everybody with? Uh, any final thoughts? We've been on this thing for like an hour, and
Yeah,
that's
I
deep.
mean, truthfully, like if you don't know who you are, maybe it's because you haven't experienced enough of life yet. Because I feel like a lot of people, when we first start off in life, we don't know who we are. We know what our parents tell us we can be, what we can do, what we should do. But to really figure out who you are as an individual, what you like, what you don't like, what really gets you going, it takes life. It takes life experiences. It takes falling down and getting back up a million times. And the biggest thing is, I heard one of my coaches say one time, he said somebody asked him, well, when you started making money coaching, how long did it take? He said, as long as it takes.
What up,
So that's the
Lance?
thing, you know. It takes however long it takes for you to get to be fulfilled with yourself, meaning being happy with who you are. It takes however long it takes. But the biggest
Right,
thing, it takes failing, it takes falling. The failure makes you really appreciate success when it comes,
right.
because it's and I heard another lady say one time, I was watching this podcast, and she said too often people want to rush to get back to happy when it's supposed to be a process where you're going through things. Like when you're not who you want to be yet, it's a process because you got to get pruned. You got to get turned into. One reason why I love butterflies, and one of the reasons I love them is because they're in a cocoon, and the only way they can come out is if they fight their way out. But if I open up that cocoon and I let that butterfly out, they'll never fly because they got to build up strength to be able to flap their wings. And it's the same thing for people. Like you have to build up strength. You got to go through some things. And
Wow,
my biggest thing for women, like I said, her truth, his lies. Continue to live your truth, no matter if people want to try and flip it and turn it into something that it isn't. Continue to live your truth and be who you are. Even if you don't know yet, you will figure it out as you continue to live life and experience things.
wow. And I
So,
couldn't say it any better. Thank you. Thank you, everybody that tuned in. I'm sorry we got to get off because I had a great time, but a lot of us got work in the morning or meetings in the morning. But whatever you doing, I
uh,
pray that you guys all have a blessed day, blessed night, wherever you at. And we were gonna see you on the next one. I'll try to hopefully post it before we just hop on live, but you never know when I'm gonna go live. Because this, I ain't gonna lie, it's no different than how I posted. I think my first 2 months on, I posted damn near about 200 videos, and that's crazy,
hmm,
right? That sounds crazy,
yes,
but I literally did that through the grace of God. But obviously, I don't want to list all those on there because a lot of that stuff was just try and error and find out. You got to find out what works. And I
yeah.
found my niche, and I am about to go to sleep as one of them damn, as one of them
Child, oh,
damn.
we going. What is that?
We
Who is that?
going,
Maria
we going. I know. I see
listening?
you yawning. Everybody yawning. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
All right. Well, boss of the
Maria,
great.
well, you gotta go to sleep with us because you up too. How you know we up unless you up? So we all going to bed.
Hey, matter of fact, Maria, did you already sub? Everybody sub? Lance, did you sub? Put sub in the chat if you did. We only got 21 people now after we done had like 2,100 people after we done had like 4,500 I think it was. But it's been a good night. And
Yeah,
boss up great. We out. Peace.
yeah. Good night.
I don't know how to stop this thing, but I'm gonna try to figure it out right now.